Hey guys, in this video today, we'll be taking a trip through Portugal, particularly Lisbon, Portugal, and Sintra, Portugal. First up, we're taking a bus through the countryside coming from Porto, Portugal on Flixbus. This will drop us right in the middle of Lisbon, Portugal, where we can take a train. But to do that, we're going to have to get a day pass. So here we are at one of those machines where we get a reusable Viva Viagem card for 6.9 euros. And thankfully, they do take credit cards from America. So here we go. Now we have the Viva Viagem card and we're able to head over to our first stop. This is Elevador de Santa Justa, which unfortunately was too busy. So we didn't really stay long, just walked down the street and just saw some other sights. Just like Praca do Comercio, which is a huge square. This is probably where some of the main events happen. There is this huge Christmas tree, some nice yellow buildings, and of course, a horse monument right next to it. And all of this wonderful stuff is facing the beach. So here's a view of the beach. You do have some street performers and a lot of tourists over here. Next up, Gelato. This is one of my favorite gelato places. Just got one of those and went down walking past one of these Pracas, one of these real estate agencies, and then got lost in the city a little bit, trying to look for a different landmark, which was mislabeled on Google. But ultimately, we end up at this. This is Elevador de Gloria, which is essentially a car on a steep hill. And this just takes you all the way up and down this hill. And there are two of these working simultaneously. Next up, Jeronimos Monastery, which is a huge monastery with some beautiful architecture right outside. And what's amazing about this one is the detail that goes into it. So here's a close-up of it just to give you an idea of exactly what they sculpted into this building. Definitely a lot of time was taken in sculpting this wonderful structure. After that, it was time for a treat at Pasteis de Belem, which I'm going to admit that Fábrica de Nata is actually better than this one. This one is a lot crunchier on the outside and not as soft on the inside compared to Fábrica de Nata, but they had a long line. Then just walked along the coastline to find this magnificent Golden Gate looking structure, where we landed at Belem Tower, which looks quite interesting on its own here. And that structure I mentioned earlier, that's called the Ponte 25 de Abril. And if you were to cross that bridge, you'd get to that statue over there. After that, tried a popular chicken shop. The next day we went to Sintra. And to go to Sintra, you have to take a train for about an hour that looks like this. It costs about 5 euros round trip per person, but there are a lot of sights to see and a decent hike. At Sintra, we took bus number 434, which was a sightseeing bus that was 6.9 euros per person for a day. Hop on, hop off. And you're able to go into the mountain and see sights just like this. Lots of red roofs. Then they take you to the castle, which has a lot of walking involved. But you're able to see stuff like this, some older castle-like structure. Quite interesting to see all of the remains of this castle and even the one on top of the hill. And after walking for a while around castles, it was time to get to the next stop. So back at the bus stop, I realized that this is the first of 3 stops, the next 2 being palaces. The next one is probably the most interesting one of the trip. The next one is Parque de Pena. And the interesting thing about this one is the castle that's on top of the hill. You do have to pay 7.5 euros to enter it and then a little extra if you want to take a shuttle around. But this is the main attraction. This is the National Palace. It is a multicolored castle, yellow, purple, red, etc. It is quite amazing in person. It is huge and there are a lot of photo spots. And as with any tourist attraction, it does come with its own little cafeteria where you still have the most amazing view of the castle, since you're literally right inside it. Now the key here is you're able to enter the castle only if you pay double the park entrance fee for a ticket, but we decided that that was not worth it. Of course, if you're into history and stuff, that might be interesting to you, but for what I'm showing you here, this is all just the park view, where we're able to see just the outside of the castle. And I personally thought that the views here were adequate. Like, look at this view. It's a view of the ocean, a forest, the city below. I thought that this was amazing on its own. And then you even have the castle sidewalk. which you're able to look over this cliff, and it's quite a drop. But it is quite amazing. Definitely everyone should take a walk around the castle as shown here. The views are, oh my gosh, super cool. Here's another view right here, and yet another view of the castle. Then we took the bus to the next stop, passing all these graffiti signs, and we get to Sintra National Palace, which is right next to a lot of little tourist shops as well as restaurants. There were remnants of a Christmas market here as well. Looks like that was about to go away at the time that we visited. And now it was time to take a train back to Lisbon. And here's the train right now. Back in Lisbon, went to eat some Fábrica de Nata, which was so awesome that I actually ate 2 or 4 of them. I can't remember. So here's one set of 2. And then skipped to dinner after that. So yeah, guys, that's where we went in Lisbon and Sintra, Portugal. Hope you guys found this useful. If anything, definitely check out the castle, Pena Palace, at the top of the hill. And I hope you like it. Please drop a like if you like this video. Please comment down below with your thoughts, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.